Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of The Ultimate Leader. I'm Chris Watty and I am in the beautiful Hawke's Bay, a fabulous wine growing region and also known as the fruit bowl of clean green New Zealand. As I look out my window today, I can see an apricot tree with fruit ripening. I can smell the jasmine wafting in and see the roses in full view. Look, these interviews came about from our mission at The Ultimate Leader and the Entrepreneurs Boardroom to help 1 million business owners go from good to great and lead a life and business where they love all of it. Today, I'm joined by Snowden McFall. Snowden, where are you today?
I'm in St. Augustine, Florida in the United States. It's also beautiful and sunny and warm.
Fabulous. Well, it's great to be connected by virtually today. And look, this is awesome. Look, for those of you who don't know Snowden McFall is a Masters of Art and Teaching graduate from Brown University. She is a 25-year professional speaker, a 6-time author and coach for women. The United States Small Business Administration named her National Women in Business Advocate of the Year. Snowden is fired up about helping women speak confidently and be more profitable. Welcome, Snowden.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm delighted to be here with you.
And I'm delighted to have you here too. Look, Snowden, tell us a little about your life, passion and mission.
You know, Chris, I truly believe, particularly at this time in history, that women are the future of the planet. And I believe with our emotional intelligence, our willingness to make decisions for the highest good of all concerned, that women really play a pivotal role in the future. And I am passionate about helping women do that, about having them step into their power, claim their voice, make more money, because here's what we know. Women, when they make money, they use it for the highest good. They educate their children, they pump it back into their community, they take care of others and lift everyone. Beautiful.
Look, and as the mother of 2 daughters and also the grandmother of 1 granddaughter, you know, this is really, it's not for us, is it? It's also for the generations to come. And by not empowering women, we're leaving out 50% of the workplace. So I'm really excited by your mission too, Snowden. And look, why do you think that women need help with being more confident speakers? You know, what are their issues, Snowden?
Well, you know, I think all too many women let nerves undermine them. And I think that they hold back because in many cultures and many parts of society, many parts of business, women are not encouraged to speak up. And so they hold back and they limit their opportunities and they don't speak up. And we really need to make sure that they do claim their voice, because when they do speak, they have something wonderful to share.
Yes, I just love that. And so, you know, Snowden actually really walks the talk. You know, several elements of this session here today are, you know, I'm in a room that's well lit thanks to Snowden's expertise. And I know that you say, look, nerves can hold people back. You know, women, you know, typically won't necessarily be empowered. So look, how do you solve these problems, Snowden?
Well, you know, so often women will read from a script, for example, or they will try and memorize a speech. And we work around that. I really don't believe in memorizing speeches or reading from a script. I believe in being as natural as possible. So I teach them a number of different skill sets to help them know their content. And there's some great memory tricks you can use to know your content and stay engaged with the audience. I work a lot on building women's confidence and helping them see all the incredible gifts and talents that each one of them has, because every woman I've ever met has something special and unique to share. Don't you think, Chris?
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, every single one of us has so much to offer the world. And so what I'm hearing is you're actually unlocking that, you're unleashing that. And so you're not, so that the nerves and anxiety aren't getting in the way of them sharing their greatness with the world. That is
right. And I also teach very specific techniques about how to let go of those nerves and ways you can prepare yourself, because it's all about preparation.
Yes, absolutely. Love that. And so, look, today we're in a virtual world. You know, we're meeting, there's some benefits of the virtual world, but, you know, thinking about how this has been exemplified with the virtual speaking. Tell us a little about that, Snowden.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I was fortunate. I've been doing virtual speaking for many years. And so when COVID happened, and of course, my business, I'm sure yours did too, got impacted significantly. A lot of our events were canceled. And I shifted and I did a lot of training online to show people how to do virtual events and how to speak virtually. And one of the first things is so simple, but it's looking at the camera rather than looking down on your screen, but looking at the camera and making sure that you are standing up. Because when women are, or anybody actually is sitting to be online, they tend to be hunched over. Their voice, you can hear it in my voice, it collapsed. So you don't have that airspace. And so we talk about that. We talk about how to keep your audience engaged, because especially on a virtual presentation, you've got to make sure that they're with you, that they're participating, that they're not doing something else, scrolling through their phone, looking at their Facebook. You want them to be part of your session.
Yes, so as you talked about the tips there, Snowden, and everyone watching, you probably noticed that I sat up tall and I looked at the camera, which is actually, you know, it's not looking at you in the session, it's looking at the little, the camera to engage people. And
That's
look,
right.
I know you've got some more tips that you know, is there another tip that you can share with us today, Snowden?
Yes. Well, one of the, you know, the research, you probably know this research already, Chris, but your viewers may not. Amy Cuddy's TED Talk, the sociologist, and she talks about power poses and Wonder Woman posture. You know, I encourage my women to get into Wonder Woman posture. You have those hands on your hips, your feet about 1.5 feet apart, and your chest out. And the research is that you change the nerves, the cortisol hormone in your body, to serotonin before any big nervous inducing kind of event, like speaking, going in front of court, going to do a sales pitch, anything like that. You do that for 2 minutes and you actually change your body chemistry just with that posture. Now, you obviously don't do the posture in front of the people you're speaking to. You go and do it in the ladies' room before you go on stage or before you go into your client meeting. But that's a simple and highly effective tip that's been proven that really works and helps shift your energy.
And I love that you actually did that for us today here. And I could feel the change in your energy, Snowden. So this isn't
that's great.
You know, these are such simple things and so practical. And your programs and your work with women, you have a lot more simple techniques and skills that you teach. I understand. So look, just pivoting a little bit now, I want to talk about women and money. You know, why aren't women more financially successful? Because I know this is an important part of your work as well.
Yes, it is. You know, I read not too long ago, Lean In, the organization had done a study and they discovered that typically when women are negotiating for a new job at a salary, they negotiate for 28% less than men. Isn't that awful? 28, they just ask for less than men do. And so often when women are looking at job descriptions, they think when they go through the list of things that are required, they go, well, I don't have this, so I can't apply. Men, even if they only have less than 50% of what's on the list of requirements, they apply and they fake it till they make it. Women need to learn a little bit about that. The other thing that women do is, unfortunately, as entrepreneurs, all too many women undercharge or worse, give their services away for free.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a women's organization that I've been a part of, and I have spoken for them 3 different times over the last decade. And the last time I spoke, I asked them what their budget for their speaker was, and they said 0. And I said, come on. I said, you're serious? This is the Professional Women's Organization of Female Entrepreneurs, so you're not paying your speakers? And I said, what if I went out and got a sponsorship to cover my fee? And they said, great. So that's what I did. But the fact that they would ask people to speak for free, and I'm sure you experience this a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, we're entrepreneurs. This is our business. Will we ask somebody who's doing your hair, oh, could you cut my hair for free? No. Yeah, so it's the same kind of principle. So women have to stop giving their services away. They need to value themselves.
Wow, I love that. I've got a daughter who's currently looking at going for another role, and she had exactly the same things. We're coaching her currently through this role. She's not looking at asking for a top dollar. She's saying the things that she doesn't know. And I also love that, you're creative about how you come up with the fee for your speaking. You're not just saying, we're not paid to do this. You're actually going out and getting a sponsorship. So wonderful. I love the place that you're coming from there, Snowdon. So, how can women shift this themselves? People may be listening here today and thinking, oh yes, that's all very fine for Snowdon. She's professional. She's igniting greatness in achievers. But what about me at home? How can I shift that?
Well, the first thing I want to make sure that your viewers know is I work on myself every day. I grew up in a violent alcoholic family, and I had very low self-esteem. If you met me in my early 20s, I could not look you in the eye. I was under the finger of a man who told me I wasn't attractive, I wasn't intelligent, and nobody else would want me, and I believed him. And that was from my childhood programming. So I got a lot of help through personal development work, through therapy, and I work on myself every day. So none of us are perfect. All of us have fears. All of us get nervous. All of us get upset. And, that's just reality in life. But in terms of how women themselves can do some things to apply in their lives, one of the ways they can value their own worth is to make an inventory. I call it reference points of success. Times in your life when you have met challenges and you've overcome them. One reference point for success might be got your driver's license, because that was a challenge. You didn't know how to do it and you did it. And each milestone that you achieved and each difficult crisis that you got through, those are all reference points of success. Women are so hard on themselves. We need to give ourselves credit for all that we accomplish. So that's one of the first things, is start recording what you do right. Catch yourself in the act of doing things right.
Oh, I love that. Reference points of success. So making a note of all those things. Beautiful. And Snowdon, can you tell us a story of one of your clients?
Yes, Shelley is an amazing woman. She came to me about 1.5 years ago. She was already a partner in a firm, and she had some big goals. She wanted to improve her income dramatically. She wanted to take on more leadership. She wanted to become a better speaker. We met initially because she wanted to become a better speaker. And we've done a lot of intensive work together, and she is amazing. She's super, super bright, and she's very tech savvy. But what's astonishing about her is in the time we've worked together, she's become managing partner of her firm, and she has doubled her income.
Wow.
And she has hired a number of people to support her. And she is the only woman C-suite person at her firm. Wow. And I am so proud of her. And she just continues to amaze me. She's just incredibly bright and resilient, and she keeps working it, and we meet regularly, and she keeps working it. And I'm really proud of her.
Fantastic. So she came to you in the first instance with her help with speaking, and in that journey she's actually become managing partner in her firm, the only woman in that space. Wow. That's and right. Double your income.
Right. Well, what I find is, when a woman has some challenge with speaking, there's underlying things. It's confidence issues, it's limiting belief systems that therefore limit their income. And so if we uncover those blocks and work on the confidence and work on the underlying causes, and then we address the speaking and we address money mindset, because that's a really critical piece too.
Wonderful. Look, that's fantastic, Snowden. Thank you. And look, you have a free webinar coming up to help women claim their voice. Tell us about that.
It's going to be great. It's an hour-long webinar. It's free. It's in a week, as a matter of fact. And the webinar basically gives you lots of tools and techniques, like some of the ones I've shared here, about how you can shift your money mindset, how you can feel better about yourself, how you can ask for more money and stand in your power and claim your voice. And there's lots of hands-on tips and tools that women will be able to take from that event.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. So look, what's the website link to that?
It is Fired Up Now, FIREDUPNOW /voice and money /
Right.
So
Great.
firedupnow.com /voice and money.
Wow. So look, that sounds like a show not to miss. And you said it's around an hour long with lots of tips and tools that people can take away and practically apply, regardless of where they go from there. So that sounds fantastic. And do you have any last words you'd like to share with our audience, Snowden, today?
The world will be a poorer place if you don't share your gifts and talents and voice. The world needs you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Snowden. It's been my pleasure to be with you today. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye, Chris.